All right, we're live streaming. Please keep your swearing and obscene gestures to a minimum. I'm out of coffee. Bleep, bleepity bleep.
Hey, Martin.
Hello, good morning.
Coming to you from the Saratoga City Center.
Oh, okay. Are you attending an event up there?
Yeah, the New York section of the AWWA has been meeting this. We've got like 800 or 900 people attending.
Wow, is that where Gary? I think that's where Gary is as well.
So a lot of people are here. I've seen Chris and Andrew and all trying to get CEUs and PDHs, maintain certifications.
Mute this.
Seems a little weird though to be with so many people and no masks.
Yeah, it's a little jolting. Still streaming live. Coming up on 10, so hopefully we get people together here. I know Chris is dialing in. Just gonna make sure we get. We should have Maggie. Green Island. I haven't heard anything from Mark about missing the meeting. Usually people let me know if they're not going to make it. So other than Gary, I think everyone's going to attend. Calendar. Let's see who replied. There's Chris.
Are we still going to be allowed to do Zoom meetings?
So we can still do Zoom meetings, but in the future, we're going to have to notice to we can do a place where the public can attend, which is fine because we'll go back to putting the CDRPC's office address on our notice. But the public has to have an in-person option to attend. So we can accommodate that very easily. I know that's going to be the same way for City of Albany planning and zoning meetings where they're going to have a staff person just stuck in a conference room somewhere. Although those meetings are much more likely to be attended by the public. All people sign in. Let's get this rolling.
Did we get our special meeting set up yet? The AEFC meeting with.
I haven't heard back from Paul about a date. He's got to check with his higher ups about when he can come in. So I will. I'll press him on that after this meeting.
I see Chris is here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here, hanging out.
You still in Saratoga?
No, I thought today's meeting was in person, so I was actually on my way over to CDRPC's office. And I called Martin, and he's like, no. So I'm sitting in a parking lot.
Oh,
The real story being he found out we didn't have any coffee and donuts.
Yeah.
parking
He's
lot.
like, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my time if I don't have donuts.
You're at Napoli, right?
I was going to bring over something nice for maybe the cookie factory or something, for the first time back, but maybe next time.
Way to put that in now. You're like, I guess if I'm not going in, I'm not bringing in treats. Screw you guys. There's Mark Hendricks.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, Mark.
Hello. All I gotta say is moving sucks. That's all. The word of the
Oh, you're moving?
moved.
So you got 2 Marks on here, right? Mark's iPhone and Mark computer.
Yeah, this is Mark Castiglione.
Oh, the other one.
Ah,
Okay. You got to change the name, Mark.
I got change. Back to the nickname. That's oh man.
Okay.
Still waiting on, oh, hang on. Regional planning, Martin speaking. Sent a note to Maggie, Joe Graves, and Dave Dressel, so we can hopefully get quorum. Oh, there's Tim Murphy.
Hey.
There's Joe Graves. Yay!
You got a quorum?
We do have a quorum. We are only missing Waterville. So we do have a quorum. We can kick this thing off.
And it's 10:01, so we can start off. Martin, do you want to read the thing about Zoom?
Yes, we are meeting by Zoom. The governor's executive order has been extended. Our meetings are hosted here at CDRPC, and they are also live streamed via YouTube. And so we're in compliance with the governor's extension of open meetings law, allowing for remote meetings. We've made accommodations for the public to attend in person or to join us via viewing the meeting on YouTube as well.
Okay, so we'll call this meeting to order. Myself and Tom Dufresne are here from Albany. Joe Grace is here from Cohoes. We got Mark Hendricks from Rensselaer. We got Chris Whelan from Troy. Waterville we don't have.
No, unfortunately not.
Green Island we don't have.
Nope, we're squeaking by.
And Tim Murphy for the Albany County Water Purification District. Plus we have CDRPC, Mark and Tom White is our accountant. And, of course, Martin Daly, our administrative person.
Master of ceremonies.
So our first other item of business is the minutes.
Yep.
The only thing I noticed on the minutes was there was something, there was a letter missing in regard to Moses projects. Just I think, a simple, yeah, see, Columbia Street phase is, and I think it's
Oh, on schedule. Yeah, it looks like it
on
didn't
schedule.
pick it up. Okay.
That's the only thing I picked up. Does anyone see anything that's needs correction?
Any other typos to point out?
I'm telling you, man.
It's an Easter egg hunt every time I present.
That's right.
Where's Waldo? Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make the motion.
This is Chris. I'll second. This is Chris Whelan.
Okay,
Put that O in there.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I just want to mention Maggie joined us, so we have Green Island represented as well.
Oh, hi, Maggie. So back to our agenda. Our agenda next is financial.
Yep, financial report as of the beginning of the month. I'm going to go to our report, put myself on mute to prevent feedback, and Tom White is going to present our financial report as of the end of March.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, all. Again, there's not much change to the financial position from last month to this month, as we've had little or no cash transactions. We are picking up the bills from Albany and Big C. We're at $593,000 in the bank. We have $21,000 due from CDRPC as part of the state DEC grant, and that money has been received. We need to reconcile that and to transfer that over. And that leaves the community's net balance of some $615,000. Work has been completed to the tune of $5,425,000, and that's 20% of the long-term control plan budget for the year. Just a note with what today will bring that percentage to 46.5% completed for the budget for the year. So Bill, keep going, see if we can hit the 100% for the year, right? So
Yeah, we've got, I think we had some recent disbursement requests to the EFC, expecting to get a bunch of money in a week or so, so that we can get some Troy money and Albany money to pay some bills.
looking along, yep. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please let me know, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions of Tom? If not, we'll move on to our next agenda item. So invoices. Vendor invoices. We've got Keller on the Beaver Creek project, and Malloy on the Beaver Creek project, and Reifenberg and Jet. These are all on the Beaver Creek Clean River project.
Yep. So these invoices were posted to Dropbox and shared with the member municipalities. There is also an invoice summary within Dropbox that summarizes each of these invoices in respect to the Beaver Creek Clean River project. The total amount of these invoices is $7,117,268.20. I believe that they are all dispersible. So as soon as the communities are take action on these, CDRPC can disperse them to the member municipalities to make sure that they're able to go out to EFC for your respective shares. And that would include Green Island, or no, I'm sorry, not Green Island. That would include Cohoes, Troy, and Watervliet for submitting disbursement requests to New York State EFC for their respective shares of the project.
So we're moving along with Beaver Creek project, and so can I have a motion to pay the invoices?
This is Chris. I'll motion.
Thank you, Chris. Have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Excellent. Next item, EFC disbursements and reconciliations. I'll just report we're still trying to nail down a time to meet with Paul Johnson, have him come in the office. We can, Troy and Albany and CDRPC can go over what items still have disbursement holds, what is in EFC's court as far as items such as if there are contract requirements such as wage interviews, American Iron and Steel, missing items, or there's questions about projects related to job titles, those sorts of things. We can hash those out in person, but also make sure each of the latest disbursement requests match our itemized project cost list for financing 00 and 01 respectively between those communities. So we're moving towards making sure all the costs are dispersible, and then we have a real-time picture of what still is out there that Troy and Albany can draw down on that is approved for disbursement requests. So that's how that's working. I know Albany and Troy have both been in communication with EFC about their disbursement requests. Chris, you recently submitted a disbursement request for several items related to Big C, correct? So We're just
Yeah,
waiting.
that should be wired into the account today, and then I'm going to try to push a check out either tomorrow or next week to CDRPC to reimburse Albany.
Yep, and we'll wire that immediately once we get it. So,
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of the reason for the meeting has to do with some of the initial tranches of our financing. The short-term financings are
come on.
coming, need to be made into long-term financings. So the maturity, actually, we got an extension on maturity to our initial tranche, and but we're looking to how we close that out. And then the second tranche is also going to be running into a maturity date in next year. So we want to see how that is all playing out. So so we wanted to sit down with EFC because there's a lot of pieces to that stuff. So.
Yeah, there's to my understanding, there's a lot of things that can still be drawn down on even without the holds. So we want to make sure we're clear on those and can submit a disbursement request.
Yeah, and a lot of our financing to be drawn down is shown as grants, so we don't want to be leaving anything on the table. So, I think we're okay with EFC. The next round of post-construction compliance monitoring. That I think is going to be a discussion at our DC meeting, which quarterly meeting is today.
1:30.
So it just we wanted a change to the scheduling for that to make better sense with our having gone through the startup and shakedown on the Beaver Creek Clean River project. So we're going to be updating. I guess getting into the next item a little bit, project updates. We're going to be talking to DC about the schedule for Beaver Creek. We now think with reviewing the schedules from multiple primes on the project that will be into beneficial use probably in March of 2023, which is a little bit later than the consent order date, which is December 15th. And we also still have a little bit of uncertainty because not all the electrical gear has been, shop drawings have been approved. So we are going to need to find out what some lead time is on some electrical equipment to see whether we can really make that March date even. So we're just going to be disclosing to DC where we're at, and show them all the progress we've made so far, kind of review the program. And I think they're pretty happy with that. We've made a lot of progress.
Yeah, I think just the two things to keep in mind. One is that we'll have to paper that at some point to make sure that we meet, according to the order, a notice to DEC that when we know or should have known a project might be delayed, to inform the agency. So we need to come up with an official communication. The second thing is I think that's not going to impact the operational the capacity of that facility to impact Hudson River water quality during the recreation season. So if it's on by the time the recreation season starts, I think DEC is still amenable to a modification of that deadline. And if not a modification, perhaps forbearance, but that's a discussion down the road.
Yeah, it's either forbearance or we'll have to pay stipulated penalties. So whichever way it has to go, we're hoping for forbearance.
Yeah, I think we can successfully, the ability to get some of this equipment, I would think is a little bit of a force majeure argument. We'll see if the department buys that, but I don't know buys it, but I would agree with that since we've seen delays across the board on lots of construction projects. So, with a project of this magnitude, everything is phased. So I think it makes for a good argument that we're still going to be up and running by recreational season. So I'm optimistic that once we know what our expected time frame is, that DEC would agree.
So I know Troy's got their Polk Street project, and is that all going forward? Did we lose Chris?
So you unmute. Oh, the joys of technology. I think we lost Chris, so he might be dialing back in.
I think we sent in the certification of compliance.
Yeah, those certifications are due tomorrow. I'm just waiting on Waterville to execute their certificate of compliance, and then we can submit.
Okay. And Cahoes has Columbia Street Phase 2 and Leach Street, and we've done those certifications.
I can did the lead street at any point. I'm going to try to send them in together. But if I don't get Waterville certification, I'll just send in the lead street on its own. But I've got those certifications ready to be sent, and both those projects are I'll say under construction. Some of them have materials stored, but Joe would know better the day to day.
So those are the active projects on top of the Beaver Creek project. Other business, Martin, do we have any other business?
I just am looking to collect the financial disclosure statements. Those are due to Albany County each year. It's just one of the things that the Authority Budget Office requires is a financial disclosure statement, basically certifying that you have no financial interest in any of the work that the communities are contracting for. So I'll send out a reminder for those after the meeting to folks I still need to collect them for. All board members, alternates, and designees are required to submit those. And so I will I'll send those out again after the meeting and just remind folks it's very straightforward. It's 4 pages. I don't think anybody here has even remotely any sort of interest that they might need to disclose. So it's a lot of, I believe for most of you and from past years' experience, it's a lot of checking boxes that say no. So very simple. Just want to make sure we get that regulatory check mark.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions or other business?
I will have a meeting with DEC at 1:30 today. If folks feel so inclined to join, they have the Zoom link for that meeting.
Okay, could I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mark. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, thanks, everybody. See you next
Thank
month.
you.
Yep. Take care. Bye-bye.